Get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first ever Northern Lights watch party on Facebook. You probably already know me, Sarah Sarkin Parrish, and tonight is very, very special and exciting. We have never done anything like this ever before, but due to these new circumstances that we're navigating, that we're in, we get to try something new. We can be together despite being, so far apart. So we have with us here tonight Dr. Parrish, Dr. Pam,
Hello.
and Dr. Larry and Dr. Becky in Florida. Say hi.
Hi there.
And myself and all of you at home. So we're going to be answering all of the questions that you asked us during this week and talking tips that you can do for yourself to, minimize your risk and raise your resistance. Perfect. So stay tuned over the next 20 minutes, and we're also going to announce who won the gift card raffle and who won a spinal decompression or lipo laser session. So as well, we also want all of our practice members to know that we are so thankful for you guys for continuing to come in and understanding the real importance of having a functioning immune system. We're so grateful for your words of encouragement, your baked goods, and just being there for us. And you know that we always have your back, as always. So, as you know, we have kept our doors open and we will remain open. Chiropractic has actually been deemed essential not only by New York State, but also by the Department of Homeland Security. And since the start of this, our office has done everything that we possibly can to make sure that you guys are safe and that we're keeping compliant with all of our constant sanitizing. We're wiping tables before and after off. Doctors are washing their hands before and after adjustments. We have verbal check-ins and times for you and your family to come in with our staggered appointment times. There's so many opportunities for you and your family to stay adjusted, and we're more than willing to accommodate, your situations and make sure that you feel safe during this whole entire thing going on. So please contact us if you have any concerns. But now, without further ado, let's get into our questions. And our first one comes from Susan S., who writes, "Hey, Northern Lights Chiropractic. I love going to the office for my regular adjustments, and I'm so grateful for you guys staying open. But I was wondering, why is chiropractic essential? I know it is for me, but I was surprised when I learned Northern Lights could still keep its doors open." Thanks, Susan. That is a great question. Dr. Parrish, why don't you answer this one?
All right. So the answer to this question comes in a couple different ways. I'm going to touch on just one of the ways. Some of the other questions we have later are going to touch on this as well. The first thing I'm going to mention, though, is our healthcare system at large. So chiropractic does a lot of different things. Number one, we're going to help your body to function better, but we're also going to help your body to feel better, too. So the last thing that you need to be doing right now when you have a backache or a neck pain is to be going to a hospital and overburdening an already overburdened system. On top of that, the last place you really should be right now if you don't need to be there is the hospital or some other healthcare facility. We don't want to increase your risks of exposure to COVID or to anything else for that matter by having you go to a hospital because we're not open. That would be silly. So our doors will remain open. We also have instituted a policy that we will check anybody's spine within Jefferson County. And we're more than willing to work with anyone on x-ray and exam if they need further workup. It's very, very important right now more than ever for us to be open. And we're doing everything that we can. Sarah mentioned that we're making sure everything is sanitized. But we're just trying to play our role and do our part with everything that's going on within the healthcare system.
Absolutely. Everyone does have the right to a healthy functioning immune system, first of all. And thank you for that. Surprisingly, not a lot of our community knows that chiropractors are actually primary care providers. So our next question is one of you that many of you have, and that comes from Cindy. Hi, Cindy. I hope that you're watching tonight. And Cindy asks, can you let others know how good chiropractic is for your immune system? And then Carrie also asked, Now, I know that chiropractic is good for my immune system, and my immune system is very low. Can you explain how it is good for your immune system, though? And I know that Dr. Pam, you've been talking to our patients day in, day out about the immune system. I've heard you say, you know, some real
Okay, I lost you there for just a moment, but I think you're back. Okay, are you there?
Yeah.
We are here, sorry.
Good.
Technical
I
glitch.
lost the voice entirely there for a moment. So sorry. Okay, yes, how is it good for the immune system? All right. So every time an adjustment is made to the spine and correction to the joints and bones, it is also releasing the nervous system to work better. So when you have misalignments in your spine, you pinch nerves. When you realign the spine, they are released to work. And then the nervous system is also directly connected to the immune system. So the stresses are taken off and the immune system can work how it's supposed to. Now, the great thing is there's a lot of research out there that tells you all about this. And it's just full of information like enhanced phagocytic cell respiratory bursts induced by spinal manipulation and immunologic correlations of spinal mobility and functional ability of natural killer cells as outcome measures for chiropractic efficacy. But I also came across this wonderful information that came from the flu pandemic of 1918, which tells us that in Davenport, Iowa, now this is just historical record information that someone went through and got all that information from and put it in a magazine called Chronic Pain and Disease. Anyway, this was medical doctors were treating patients in Davenport, Iowa, and they treated almost 5,000 patients and had 274 people die. The chiropractors in the same area in Davenport, Iowa, including the Palmer School of Chiropractic students and faculty, treated 1,635 cases and only one person of their patients died. Now, then they looked a little wider, took out Davenport out of the equation, did the rest of the state of Iowa, and found out that in the medical doctor's treatment, there was one patient died out of each 15 patients. But in the chiropractors in Iowa treated patients, they only lost 6 cases overall, which was one patient out of every 789 who died under chiropractic care versus 1 out of 15. I mean, that's pretty huge right there as proof almost. You know what I mean? It's just historical evidence.
So it sounds like that chiropractic then, because, you know, being in practice 40 plus years now, it's very difficult for the average person to get the bridge that a chiropractic adjustment can enhance immune system function. And I believe one of the reasons, tell me your thoughts, Dr. Pam, on this, that we're not only just essential, but we are emergency care, and that's why our doors are open, is so that we can enhance people's immune system functions and they can have a significant better chance of down with any problem.
Right. And have a significantly better chance of, you know, not really having any symptoms should they even come in contact with the virus, or, you know, just having a much lesser effect by it. It's a huge, huge thing. And we see it all the time in relation to other sorts of illnesses and disease in the office.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thank you so much, Dr. Pam. And you
You're
know,
welcome.
there's so many factors involved in maintaining a healthy, functioning immune system, whether it be getting sufficient rest or the food that we eat. but also something that I think we can all agree that we have too much of in our lives: stress. Am I right? It's unavoidable, and it comes in so many different forms, whether it be physical, chemical, or mental, emotional stress. But the real question is, how do we mitigate it? And how is stress directly affecting our immune system? And that's what John D on Facebook wants to know. He asks, is it true that stress can have a direct effect on the immune system? And Dr. Becky, I think this would be a great topic for you to tackle.
Thanks. Well, absolutely, stress can have an effect on your immune system. And that's quite evident. I mean, most people know that, if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not eating right, if you're not exercising, if you're not drinking adequate amounts of water, and most of all, the most important thing, if you're not taking care of your spine and nervous system, your health is going to start deteriorating on you. And so one of the important things is that when we look at the average person who's getting adjusted, their immune system, research shows, is around 3 times stronger. And Dr. Peros did his research out at the University of Rochester, and he found that all these people getting adjusted, from young children to elderly people, were seeing amazing genetic potential and their immune system function better. Now that's just one study. Even research shows that you live 14 years healthier and longer with regular chiropractic care. So, yes, stress causes us to be unhealthy, and we cannot avoid it. Okay, so stress isn't the culprit. Really, the ability for us to adapt to the stress is the important thing. Now, we have a policeman who's coming into the office, and someone had asked them, "Oh, so I bet you're working a lot less because crime's down during this time because everybody's inside." He's like, "No, we are working twice as hard. There's more suicides and there's more domestic abuse because the stress and the fear that people feel within themselves is causing a lot of issues and problems." So a few things that we can do at home is to just breathe, kind of take a little time to have some calmness and peace, to sleep and to exercise and to start eating right. This is the time to become healthy. And the biggest thing is to get into our office to get adjusted, to receive chiropractic. Because when your spine and nervous system is misaligned and the nerves are pinching, you can only feel 10% of those. So you don't even know you have them. And it shuts the nerve flow down by 60%. So that means your cardiovascular system, your respiratory system, your endocrine system, your circulatory system, all these systems are working at 40%. And that's where you start to get your health deteriorating. So if you get adjusted, all those systems start working better. And now you can deal with the stress in a healthy manner instead of getting basically, quote, sick, which means that you're more susceptible to things that are unhealthy, like the COVID.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And now our next topic is actually dealing directly with COVID-19 itself. And we really love this question that came from one of our followers because it's not a topic or an area that one might normally associate with chiropractic as being able to help. And that is the respiratory system. And so what Tom B asked us the other day on Facebook is, he writes, in the news, all we hear about in concerns with coronavirus as the ventilators, and everyone's saying that the coronavirus has such a devastating effect to our lungs. As someone with pre-existing problems with breathing, I was wondering if chiropractic can help with that. And Dr. Larry, could you speak about chiropractic and the upper respiratory system?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. This is a fascinating subject because few people would think of going to a chiropractor for a lung condition. But I can tell you this, if your nerves going to the lungs, and there's about 4 nerves that come off of the spinal cord that actually go to support the function of the lungs. Because the truth is, without nerve supply to an organ, those organs cannot work. This is very important. And so if there's any inhibition of nerve flow, nerve transmission, impulses through those nerves to the lungs, it will create a lung problem. Now, being in practice 40 years, the average American is having 30% to 40% less function of their lung capacity, and they don't even know it. So what happens is this. In our office, many adults have x-rays. Based upon past traumas throughout their lifetime, we want an x-ray so that we could determine how much damage there is to the spine. Just like the teeth can have decay and other things go wrong with it, the spine can have decay as well. We want to see where that is because you don't often feel it. The number one area for decay, which means the nerves get blocked and impinged, is the areas to the lungs and the heart. So the respiratory system and the cardiovascular system. I want to show you exactly where that is.
He's gonna use me.
I never use it.
He's gonna demonstrate.
All right. So in this area here, the upper back is where the nerves go to the lungs and heart. There's more decay here, joint damage here, than any other place in the spine, regardless of symptoms. One of the reasons for it is this is where tension builds. Another reason for it is our head tends to be forward of midline, and it puts an enormous amount of pressure through here. So this is where the decay is. When we deliver a chiropractic adjustment, and those people that have come in and are patients, you know, whichever doctor works on you, and the cool thing is in our office, we have 4 doctors to support and help you. We spend time and energy in this area because we want to open up the lungs and the cardiovascular system. Super important. So the average person with one adjustment will have a lung or oxygen capacity increase of 20%. So within a matter of 2 minutes, the lungs can open and expand, which will make a huge difference, particularly with the way this virus acts. So again, we encourage people to come in. This is essential. It's emergency-based care to maximize people's health quotient, health capacity.
That's incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to say something too. So another thing is that you can check at home by looking at your family members or your friends, because every inch that your head goes forward will shut down your ability for lung capacity by 30%. So just, isn't it 1 inch?
Yeah, so what you do is just have somebody naturally relax sideways. Look at them from the side view, and basically how far forward are their ears from their shoulder. The further away their ears are in alignment from the shoulder is the determining factor of how much stress is here. You'll also notice that most people have rounded backs in this area. That's a telltale sign.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Awesome. Those are all things we can all do easily at home. And those were all great questions. Thank you, Dr. Larry and Dr. Becky. And thank you to all of our amazing followers, current patients, and future patients for participating in our little virtual social experiment tonight on our first watch party. So please, please continue to send your questions into us. This was a lot of fun, and I think we're gonna start doing these a lot more often. And, you know, as challenging as the times are, it's allowed us to become more connected than ever, you know, no matter where we are in the world. We love hearing from you. And as always, it's such an honor to serve our community. But now we get to do something fun as well. Thank you everyone for listening. We're gonna announce our winners. So let's see here. The winner of a $25 gift card to the Mustard Seed is... Thank you. It is Linda L. Thank you, Linda, for submitting your questions, for liking and sharing our videos. We have one more raffle giveaway, and this winner is someone very special in our office who won a spinal decompression or a lipo laser session, and that is Cindy. So congratulations to Linda and Cindy. I'll be contacting you both on how you can redeem those. Please, please, please like, share all of our videos. The world needs to know about everything that we're doing out there. We're educating every single day in and day out. So please share with your family and your friends. We're going to be doing this weekly. So please send in your questions or give me a call at the office. I've had people even do that. And
How about we have a hotline, don't we?
yes, we have a health hotline, and I'll also be disclosing that number in the post. And if you have any questions, concerns about your care, or you want to start care, or anything going on concerning COVID and your immune system and chiropractic, give us a call, give us a comment, private message us. We're here for you at your disposal. So thank you so much for my doctors for participating. We are so blessed to have 4 experts in our office. We really are. And, as always, from our office, our family to yours, be well and stay adjusted, everyone.
Justin!
Love.
Thank you.
It records.